Hey guys, your inner chakras. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are new here, you are welcome. OGs, welcome back. Let's just jump in.
A woman who doesn't have many friends isn't lonely. She's powerful. She's not chasing attention or trying to fit in or use that part boss. She's choosing peace over drama and real over fake. She's learned the hard way that not everyone deserves access to her life. So she keeps her circle small to protect her peace and avoid toxic energy. She doesn't need others to feel important because she knows her worth, and she'll never trade it just to feel accepted. Because solitude is addictive. Once she discovered how peaceful it is, she stopped tolerating unnecessary noise. She isn't antisocial. She is selectively social. There is a massive difference. She realized that a table for one is better than a table full of fake smiles and hidden agendas. Her vibe is expensive. She doesn't let people access her energy just because they are bored. Being alone has taught her things a crowd never could: how to heal, how to grow, and how to be her own best friend. So don't mistake her silence for loneliness. She hasn't lost everyone. She has found herself.
All right, guys, I am in 100% agreement with the lady that just spoke about women that don't have friends or she doesn't have very many friends. Like, I believe that type of woman. I'm one of them. I'm very selective. Everybody can't play with me, and I don't want to play with everybody.
If you have no friends, it's literally such a flex, because just hear me out. When you have no friends, you have more time to focus on you, not what your best friend is doing over here. You have more time to focus on you and what you want in life and what you see for yourself. You don't have multiple opinions about what you're trying to do with your life, and you don't feel like you have to stay stagnant because your friend is stagnant. Well, having no friends is a flex. Let me know if you have no friends below, because same.
Women with no friends are built different, and people see that about you. That's why they're mad and often jealous and envious of you. You see, women with no friends are a different type of breed. They are your women who are not easily put off by others because they focus on themselves. Their confidence, their joy, their peace is internal, while people who need outside validation, it's normally external. Women with no friends are often hated on and the target for jealousy and envy because people don't understand how you can be happy when you are by yourself. A woman who is choosing to have no friends, a woman who is choosing to enjoy her own company, is often a woman who will make other people confused and also irritated. Women who have no friends are not lonely. And that's one of the misconceptions of people who see women who don't have many friends and start assuming that she's weird, that she's odd, that she's mean, that there's something wrong with her to the point that she does not have any friends. Women who thrive by themselves and prefer it that way, they prefer not to have friends. You will be the target of other people's jealousy, their envy, and their attempts to pick with you. It's because women who have no friends are built different. You are a rare breed. A woman who can show up in the world confidently and not have a lot of people who have her back, at least not intimately have her back, as in close friendship connections, that is a woman who is a rare breed. See, your resilience and your confidence and your ability to stand strong on your own will cause some people to be very mad, very upset, and very triggered because they need other people to make them feel good about themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with having friends. I'm not saying that you should aim to be friendless, but let's be real. Many women who opt to not have friends, they choose to be by themselves. It's often because they have dealt with the heartache, they have dealt with the drama, they have dealt with the issues that come with having a lot of friends. And a lot of relationships between women, especially close friendships, are normally formed over some kind of drama, over some kind of trauma bond, or either it is a competitive relationship. Women who have no friends get tired of having to constantly compete with people who say they are their friends. This is where that envy and that jealousy shows up in many friendships, because somebody you hold dear and near to you suddenly starts competing with you. Women who decide not to have any friends, normally it's because they're tired of feeling like somebody is either trying to copy them, trying to compare themselves to them, or trying to diminish their value by discrediting them. So women who have no friends, when they forgo that drama and they just want to stand on their own, there will be people who start assuming that you're socially awkward, you have anxiety, you have some kind of issues that are causing you to not have friends. And that can make them be very irritated with you. It can be a fake concern, because people, and you can look on the internet, you can look on YouTube, you can look on TikTok, you see many videos of people who say, watch out for women who have no friends. It's something very odd about women who have no friends. What they don't realize is that they are the issue. See, women who don't have any friends don't want to deal with other people's opinion of how she should be as a woman. See, a woman who is self-validated and often authentic is not going to have a lot of friends. If you don't easily conform to your surroundings, you are not going to have a lot of friends. And many women understand that. They're not willing to conform and disregard the authentic parts of themselves in order to make a friend. In this time that we live in, a lot of friendships, a lot of acquaintanceships even, people want you to be a clone of them, especially women. A lot of the jealousy and envy that creeps up in some of these friendships or fake competitive friendships is because nobody is an individual. And you, as a woman who decides not to have any friends, when you are a proud loner, people don't like individuality. That is one of the number one reasons why many women choose not to have friends, because their lack of conforming to what other women are causes them to be the target of other women's jealousy and envy. They don't like the fact that you're not trying to fit in with the group. So a woman who is often highly authentic and original and has her own identity, her own individuality, is normally a woman that does not have a lot of friends. It's not to say that she is not likable, she is not approachable, that she's not open to having friendships. She just doesn't want to deal with all the fakeness and all the conformity and all the negativity that comes with trying to make a friend, especially as you get older. The idea of trying to make friends in your 30s, 40s, and so on, for many women, it can be very difficult, because at that point, you know who you are, you know what you deal with and what you won't deal with. And people who get jealous and envious of women who don't have a lot of friends, normally they don't respect your boundaries. They're not going to respect the fact that you are an individual. And just because you've met them, just because you're talking to them, that doesn't mean you're going to change for them. You see, women who do not have any friends don't do conformity. They don't conform to the standard of the people they're around. In other words, they're not fake. They don't act one way with certain people and then another way with certain people when they're supposed to be your friends. And a lot of women choose not to have these friendships because they don't want to be fake. A lot of the jealousy and envy and negativity and drama that comes from having friends, and the reason women choose not to, they're a proud loner and they're okay with having no friends, is because they don't want to be fake, and they don't want to have to explain why they are the way they are. I can say from my own personal experience that it can be hard to be an individual, especially if you tend to be more on the introverted or quiet side, When you are trying to get to know new people, as in building friendships, if those people don't respect your personality type, if they start trying to make you be something that you're not, this is often the turnoff for women.
Now, see, I don't know if the women are jealous. If they are, I wouldn't see it. I wouldn't know it. I guess because I don't get close enough, you know. But I think I compartmentalize my friends. Like, I have like four really best friends, five that I've been around for years, and we just do different things. Like with this one, we like to shop. The other one, we go to concerts. We do things like that. Um, but I never group them together. It's just something about that. I just don't group them together. And then sometimes my one girlfriend, she has all these friends. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. But sometimes she'll have like this big event. And if it's just all women there, I just can't do it. I just can't be around a bunch of women like that. I don't dislike them, but you gotta make the group just a little bit smaller. I don't know what that is, but then I also enjoy me. Like I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy like I'm funny by myself. Like I crack myself up. Like I just I don't know, I dance to the beat of my own drum. And I think that's what a lot of women that don't have a lot of friends, I think that's what they do. You just kind of do your own thing. And then I also choose peace. I don't do drama. I don't want to hear about this person, that person on the phone. Like, I don't want to hear the drama about people that are supposed to be your friends. And if they're your friends, then why are they talking to you about their friends? Because my mother always told me a dog that brings a bone carries a bone. So then that makes me selective as to what I share with certain people because you don't want it to get out. And you just, that's your business. All right, guys, let's keep going.
If a woman has no friends, pay attention. Yeah. If a woman has no friends or a very small circle, don't get it twisted. That is not a red flag. That's a woman who has mastered herself, right? A woman without friends or a very small circle is a very, very secure woman. She's learned that quality matters more than quantity. And she doesn't need an audience to validate her worth. Mm-hmm. Her confidence comes from inside, not from the approval of others. She's not afraid to be alone because she knows her own strength. Yeah. She is very selective with her energy and who she lets into her life. She walks away from drama and gossip because she has built a peaceful life for herself and does not want to let that go. She doesn't need to be surrounded by people to feel complete. She's comfortable, she's grounded, and she's steady. And she doesn't waste time on meaningless relationships. She knows what she wants and she doesn't waste time with it. So if you come across a woman with very few friends or a very small circle, don't underestimate her. That's not loneliness, that is discipline. And she knows peace. It's not isolation. Yeah. Right? That is self-mastery. And women like that, they're the hardest ones to replace.
I'm in a space where I'm okay to be alone. Like, I don't crave friends. I just turned 30 in July and I like to be alone. I had a problem being alone, but I crave being alone now. Like, I like my peace. I like being around my daughter. I don't need a group of women to make me feel whole. Like, I don't need to I don't want to hear gossip. Yeah. And I don't sit on the phone and gossip with women.
This is for the girls with no friends. I literally figured it out. We are not fake enough. We cannot sit there and talk about our friends, sharing the same niggas, stealing clothes, stealing style, copying, being fake as hell, treating other friends on a different pedestal than the rest, not inviting our friends out. We cannot be fake. That's the problem here. I finally solved it. For years I have been beating myself up like, why don't I have friends? Why is it just like, am I the problem? Why don't I fit into these cliques? Like, they look like they be having the best of times, the funnest times, groups of 10. And now that I think about it, they're the problem. They are the problem. I'm not the problem. I'm not fake enough. That's it. If I was fake enough, I would have a plethora of friends. But I can't get down with it. So I guess it's just me and my two friends I have.
I always see people say, like, if she don't have friends, then that's a red flag, like she's the problem, blah 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 blah. And in some cases that might be the case, but maybe, just maybe, what if God is trying to show you that you have a higher calling? What if God is trying to show you with every friendship that you have that fails, that, you know what, I have more for you. And in order for you to reach what I have called you to do, you need to be in isolation. You need to be separated. You are not like the rest of them. You are chosen. Maybe it's God showing you that you need to be a friend to yourself. You need to give yourself that love that you give those friends. You need to give yourself the loyalty that you give your friends. You need to give yourself that in order to reach what God has called you to do. If you are trying to reach new heights, become a new person, create a new lifestyle for yourself, that requires a lot of separation. And also, a lot of times we're befriending people based on our traumas. We're befriending people based on, the places that we liked as kids, the friends that we thought that we wanted as kids, So sis, if you're in a season and you feel like you're losing all your friends, you feeling like things have changed, you feel like people are being weird, you feel like people aren't supporting you, you're just feeling all these things. Sometimes it's not about conflict. Sometimes it's not about beefing. A lot of times it's just God separating you. He's separating you because you got things to do. Separating you so you can heal. He's separating you so that you can learn who you are at that higher calling, and then attract the people that are for you in that season. I'm learning.
So a lot of people don't realize this. Some people just don't need friends. They're enough with themselves. Okay? If y'all can't ever get to that point, that you can't spend enough time, making yourself a priority and accomplishing things in your life, I guarantee you that people that have a lot of friends have more to complain about than they do, successes to show. So I'd rather have something to teach and leave my kids and give to my children than say I have a bunch of friends. When y'all are older, y'all won't see a need for friends because y'all have too many people to deal with already. Okay? Friends will just be an obligation that you want to cancel on, or that you feel stressed to even be bothered with. And sometimes friends take stuff too personally. You running 3 businesses, you got kids, you're married, you're doing all this kind of stuff. What's a friend gonna do? You gonna help me? Come on.
No shade. I know how y'all be like the girls who ain't got no friend and fake kids, but I love not having no friends. I'm sorry. I don't have to worry about nobody dogging me. I don't have to worry about no weird stuff happening to me. I just live my life happy every day. It be so peaceful. It feel good just living and not having to worry about people snaking you out, people doing this, doing that, doing this. It's just you're just living and you're just living. But it's really so peaceful. It really is. And it's I don't even care to have friends. It's I want friends, but I really don't care. And I feel the second I do make friends, it's just gonna be BS. I feel the genuineness is gonna come to me. And it's crazy because I moved a year ago and I cut off everybody from my hometown, and it's me, I accidentally just don't have friends, and it's actually been good. It's just been so peaceful. Don't get me wrong, I eventually do want friends. I really do want friends because I be bored. But is it a bad thing not having none? No.
If you've reached the point in your life where you have no friends, you literally have no friends, because you either 1, you outgrew them, or 2, it turns out your friends were not really your friends. And you're also at the stage where you're not going to put up with that anymore. So these people fell off, or you had to cut them off. If you're at this point in your life, I'm here to tell you this is actually a really good sign. It's a sign that your life is about to change. And because your life is about to change, the people in it are going to change too. So you're reaching a new level, and you're going to be alone for a minute. But after some time, you're going to start attracting new people in your life. And this is where life tests you, because you're going to start attracting better people into your life that are going to teach you new things. You're going to realize, although you've left behind your old life and the bullshit that comes with it, you realize that you carried on some of that bullshit with you. And the kicker is, you don't even notice it. It's a blindside. You can't see it. But the new people that are going to come into your life are going to hold up a mirror to you and show you. Although you may think that you've done a lot of self-work and that you're ready for your new life, these new people are gonna make you realize that you still have behaviors from your past life that will not work for you in your new life. It's gonna sink in that you actually have more work to do on yourself and that you need to fix these behaviors, otherwise you're gonna regress. So you are gonna get to a point where you're gonna start attracting more valuable people in your life. The thing is, valuable people do not just let anybody in their life, okay? They're gonna be vetting you. And here's the top 3 things that they're gonna be observing and looking out for. First, and let me just note, this is the most important one. First, they're gonna look out for your time management. Valuable people value their time. They're not going to be okay with that last minute cancellation or last minute rescheduling. With your previous friends, it may have been okay to do this. It may have been okay to cancel last minute and everybody just laughs about it and just reschedules for another time. And if you're like me, I'm Filipino and I'm Pacific Islander. And if you know Islanders are very nonchalant about their time. We just be going with the flow. If somebody cancels, no one really cares. No one really gets reprimanded. Everything's fine. But once you've reached this new level in your life, that is no longer going to be okay. So change that behavior. If you're going to commit to someone at a certain time, make sure you are 100%, because canceling last minute looks bad, and I had to learn this the hard way. The second thing they're going to look out for is how you handle disagreements. If you grew up in a toxic household and you also had toxic friends in your life, more than likely you never got to develop this skill of being able to disagree with someone in a healthy way. When you're in disagreement with someone, you have to keep in mind that you're not there to win and you're not there to argue. You are there to come to an understanding. I'm not saying you need to be agreeable. I'm saying you can be firm with your opinions, but still have the flexibility to be able to see somebody else's point of view. And the third thing they're going to be looking at is how you regulate yourself emotionally. Valuable people who value themselves are very big on respect. So you got to be able to emotionally regulate yourself. Even if you're angry, don't get disrespectful. A lot of us, when we get angry, we just say anything in the heat of the moment and then apologize for it later. This type of behavior may have been excused and okay with your previous friends and previous people in your life, but it's not gonna fly with these new people that you're gonna attract, because respect is number one. And even though you act out of character and you didn't mean to, that is still a red flag for them. Even if they view you as friendly, pleasant, and kind, if you don't have a hold of yourself when you're angry or when you're in your feelings, this person's gonna look at you and think you're unpredictable, and that's also not gonna fly with them. Another thing to know about valuable people, they don't give out second chances like that. So more than likely, they will cut you off. They will not give you a second chance. If that happens to you, just take it as a lesson.
And as a survivor of that conversation that the females with no friends be the problem, I'm here to say, me with my no friends, I'm not the problem. You bitches that got friends, y'all talk about each other, y'all go through whatever just to have a gang of bitches to go outside with, and I'm not doing that. If you be weird to me, I'm so motherfucking lenient, I will let a bitch step all the way on my toes. But bitch, I'm gonna draw the line somewhere, and motherfuckers don't be used to me drawing the line. So when I finally speak up and say something, now they got an issue because, bitch, why you not letting me do you how I been doing you? I'm just a bitch that don't take no shit. I take shit for a little minute, but then after that, bitch, I don't. And I don't hold grudges. I'm just the type, bitch, I gave you 1,000,000 chances. Why do I need to give you 1,000,001? So once I finally cut you off for that last motherfucking time, I don't care to talk to you again. I don't care to see you again. That's the type of motherfucker that I am. So if you want to say that the bitches with no friends be the problem, go right on ahead, because I really don't mind being the villain. I'm not going to get on my knees and suck no dick and kiss nobody's ass for nobody to be cool with me. I'm just not going to do it. So go on right ahead. I'm not no bitch that I have to be cool with you because I need you for this reason. I don't need you. And I'm not going to act like I need you. And I'm not going to give you that leverage, that pride in your heart to feeling like I need you, because I don't.
Can we stop with the narrative that, oh, it's a red flag when a girl don't have that many friends? Like, no. That's a lie. The realest females don't be having no friends. Why? Because they don't be going for that fake shit. And they not finna sit up and smile and kiki in everybody's face. Most fakest bitch you know right now Everybody her friend, everybody her cousin. Them the bitches you gotta watch out for. Yep.
Ever since I cut all my friends off, my life has been so peaceful. I don't have to worry about no kind of drama, no kind of bullshit. I don't have to hear about they lame ass baby daddies. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, my life is so peaceful. And it's like, I don't think people talk about that enough. Like, when you're friends with people who always have some type of drama going on or always have something going on, it's like, even if they didn't do anything, like, to you to make you think that they're a bad friend, it's just like, damn, being your friend is draining as fuck because you always got some bullshit going on with you. Like, damn, girl, you don't never have no peace. You can't never just live life. Like, I understand that stuff happens, and I understand that circumstances and obstacles will always come. But I'm talking about them people that always got something going on, and then they want to drag you in it because you're their friend. Like, no. No, maybe when we were in high school or something like that, but no. I'm not leaving my house at 3 o'clock in the morning because you want to come pick me up and you want to go spy on your baby daddy, and I can't do that. It just gets to a point. And that's why I said my life is so peaceful right now, because I do not have to hear about anybody's bullshit. I have no problem being a friend, but once your problems consume my life, it's a wrap.
A woman who doesn't have many friends isn't lonely. She's selective. She's not chasing attention. She's not trying to fit in. She chose peace over drama, real over fake, because she learned the hard way. Not everyone deserves access to her. So she keeps her circle small, not because she has no options, but because she has standards. She doesn't need validation to feel important. She already knows her worth, and she's not trading it just to feel included. See, once you experience real peace, noise becomes unbearable. She's not antisocial, she's intentional. A table for one is better than sitting with people who don't respect you. Her energy is expensive, not everyone can afford access to it. And being alone taught her things a crowd never could. How to heal, how to grow, how to stand on her own. So don't mistake her silence for loneliness. She didn't lose people, she found herself.
Guys, let me tell you, when she said a table for one, that is so me. Like, date yourself, take yourself out. It could be lunchtime, dinner, not too late, because you don't want to be out there, but it's so peaceful when you can just take yourself out, have a drink, have a nice dinner with no worries, go home, read a book, have another glass of wine, and then chill out.
Well, what I found is that these people are the most self-aware. They're the most emotionally intelligent, and they are unshakable people, and they just don't happen to roll in groups. They choose to walk alone. Not because they're broken, but because they're built different. These are 5 character traits of people who don't have friends or don't want to be in a crowd, and why that might just mean that they're ahead of the game. Number 1, they are internally validated, which means that they don't chase belonging. This isn't a popularity contest to them. These people don't contort themselves so that they can fit in with other people, and they have outgrown performative friendships, or trying to be someone that they're not so that other people will accept them. They know who they are, and they value their authenticity. If they choose to hang out with someone, it's not because they're lonely, it's because they choose to be with that person. And it comes back from a place of alignment, not lack. And they'd rather feel whole alone than half themselves with others. Number 2, these people are deep, deep thinkers. Solitude doesn't scare them. It fuels them. Being alone actually fills their cup. These people use solitude to grow themselves. These are the people that are journaling in the morning, that take long walks by themselves, that listen to others more than they speak. They're not antisocial, they are just anti-surface level relationships. They'd rather sit with a question than fake small talk. They crave depth in their relationships, not a bunch of noise. Number 3, they have really strong boundaries. They would rather disappoint others than betray themselves. Let's be real, not having friends isn't always a tragedy. Sometimes it is a boundary win. These are people who have walked away from the drama, the negativity, the toxic people, the surface level relationships, going out on the weekend and getting drunk, or just dead energy. They've learned to detox from people who drain them, and they value their own personal peace over popularity because they know that you can't heal in the same place that broke you. Number 4, they are hyper intuitive. They read energy better than anybody else. They walk into a room and they feel everything. They feel the fake smiles, the unsaid resentments, the energy shifts, the people that are pretending to be someone that they're not. They've learned that being alone is more healing than being surrounded by a bunch of toxic people. But understand, these people are not paranoid. They just see what other people can't see. And they feel way more than other people can feel. So they're not standoffish. They just prefer to protect their energy. And number 5, they are evolving faster than other people. Let's be real. Some people lose friendships because they're toxic, but some lose friends because they are transforming. These people are often moving through identity shifts or emotional healing or new standards faster than other people, and not everybody can keep up. You have to understand that you will leave some people behind as you transform, and that is okay. So these people are not afraid to outgrow people if it means getting closer to who they really are. You have to understand you're not hard to love, you're just hard to manipulate. So if you're someone who rolls solo, here's what might be true about you. You're probably self-sovereign. You're probably a deep thinker. You've probably worked on your boundaries. You're hyper intuitive, and you might be moving faster and evolving faster than your old environments can handle. And no, that doesn't mean that you'll be alone forever. It just means that you're not wasting your presence where your presence isn't honored.
All right, guys, to all the ladies out there, to each their own, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.